All right, so this is a perfect segue. I want to thank Richard because resilience is one of the key components of our program too. So leading right into that, I'm going to talk to you about achieving change in our communities for equity and student success, access in STEM. So I'm working with a number of people in IAS as well as engineering and technology and some folks in Seattle as well as Stanford. So sort of a collaborative group, and it is supported by an NSF Scholarship in STEM Award. Let's see if I can get this to work. So in departing from the typical format of a lightning talk, I am going to do a brief exercise, and it's better be brief. Are you guys with me? Are you going to help me out? All right, everybody stand up. You are students, whether or not you're students. You are students, and you are entering into your college career, and you are interested in STEM. So now we're going to have a little exercise where we can develop a sense of exploring the student experience. Okay, so I'm going to designate a group here and tell you about yourselves. Okay, so this table here. The Husky Promise provides your tuition, but you can't afford to live on campus. So you commute from your parents' house in Graham. The bus service is really slow, so you drive. And you're circling to find parking. Oftentimes you miss the beginning of class. At one point, your car breaks down. You miss your midterm. You're too embarrassed to say anything about it to your instructor. You go on academic probation. Please sit down. This table, one back. Okay. You are the only, fill in the identity, so let's say the only woman, the only person of color, the only GBLTQ person, the only disabled person in your class. The instructor seems to mostly call on the other students. You feel isolated, and you feel like you don't belong. Please sit down. So look around the room and just feel the loss. And now let's start adding people back. Okay, so let's go to this table again. So you have an Access in STEM scholarship. You're able to live on campus. You can roll out of bed. You can walk into that 8 a.m. classroom. Please stand up. Okay, table back here. In your group mentor meeting for Access in STEM, you talk about stereotype threat, identity threat, imposter syndrome. You interact with people in STEM that look like you. The next time you're feeling like you don't belong, you think back to those conversations and you recognize that you're not alone. Please stand up. So again, take a moment to look around the room and think about, either in your own experience or the people that you work with in the classroom, all of the barriers that you've seen, and then also a moment to think about all of the people in the room and outside and on this campus that work so hard to help break down those barriers, to help support our students, to support student success. So you can all sit down again. So what I want to emphasize here is just thinking about all of the different ways that we're supporting student success, and I'm just going to talk about one really small way that we can do that, but that is the way that I'm engaging in right now, so I'll tell you about it. Okay, so first of all, where did the problem come in? We see that 29% of entering freshmen declare interest in STEM majors, and only 11% actually enter them. This was from 2 years ago. And particular for underrepresented groups, the graduation rates are really low. And so the Access in STEM program has two goals. So we're recruiting talented, low-income students to STEM, as well as supporting their retention and academic success. So the program, the students that we've recruited for this first year are majority are female, some are dependents of veterans. We have 85% first in their family that will achieve a college degree, and 38% are from groups that are underrepresented in STEM. So the program elements include a real emphasis on mentoring, both in a group setting as well as faculty to student. We have skills workshops and focus groups that look at equity and inclusion in STEM. We have the students have the opportunity to live in Court 17 in a STEM cluster so that we're helping them build a living learning community. We have a course-based research experience, and last but very much not least, they get scholarships for the first 2 years. So thinking about some of those obstacles that were mentioned in that exercise, how can we address their basic needs so that they can focus on learning, and then how can we support that learning? So that was brief, but if you would like to get involved, we'd love to have you join us in this work. We have a number of campus workshops that we'll be offering over the next few years, hopefully one a quarter or so. We also are always looking for mentors for our Access Scholars. So I want to call out the faculty mentors that are currently helping out and encourage you to volunteer if you haven't already. And with that, thanks very much.